Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Jordan. If you're new here, today's video is going to be a wear test and review on the new Colourpop No Filter foundation. So I picked up a couple of foundations, the concealer, which I've worn before, and a loose powder in the shade Banana. So if you're interested in that, just keep on watching. Alright, so this is what the foundation looks like. I did go in with the shade Dark Deep 185 on my whole complexion, and this is, again, my second time wearing the foundation, so I think it looks really good. It's more of a medium buildable coverage. I find that I had to use about 3.5 pumps of this, but this is a controlled pump, so not a lot comes out. So for full coverage, I had to use 3.5 pumps. So now I'm going to go in with the No Filter concealer. This is in the shade Dark 46. It's supposed to be comparable to the previous shade. I think it was Deep 60. I'm using that same brush. This is the number 90 brush from Sephora collection. So that's what everything looks like with the concealer and foundation completed. So there's one thing I did notice. The foundation claims to be a matte finish, but on my face it doesn't look that matte. It looks kind of like more of a natural finish. It has a slight sheen to it. And I don't mind because, like I've mentioned in previous videos, I do have normal to dry skin. Right now it's a little bit more combination, but I find that a natural finish looks a little bit better on my complexion because it doesn't look powdery or cakey. So far I do like the finish of it, but keep in mind if you are oily that this is not a complete matte finish when it first goes on. We're going to apply some powder, so I'll show you what it looks like after you put powder on. I picked up the loose powder in the shade Banana, so it looks like this. It has 0.3 ounces in it, so a little bit less than standard. And the foundation, I didn't mention, has 0.85 fluid ounces and retails for $12. So 0.85 fluid ounces is a little bit less than normal for foundations, to be honest. So I'm just going to go in with the Banana shade and set my under eye and some of my face. That's what the tint of that Banana looks like. I feel like that tint is a universal Banana shade. It will probably look good on a lot of different complexions. Okay, so I'm just going to smooth in my under eye and I'm going to go ahead and press. So I don't know if you guys can notice, but it definitely blurred really nicely as soon as I applied the powder. Looks good. I'm popping some on my nose. Smile lines. So that is what the foundation looks like after lightly setting it. As you can see, it's a little bit more mattified. It has a little bit less of a sheen to it. It's really smooth. It looks really nice. Like flawless. I'm here for it. So I'm going to go ahead and complete the rest of my complexion and I'll come back and I'll give you guys some more information about the foundation. Alright guys, this is my completed complexion. Please do not mind the background noise. I have the AC on because it's hot in Maryland nowadays, so you know, don't mind it. But yeah, this is what my complexion is looking like. I'm looking in the monitor and I think it looks really, really nice. It's like really flawless. Very smooth. The coverage is nice, especially while adding the concealer, because the concealer is more of a full coverage. It did end up looking, you know, a-okay. Everything blended really nicely on top of it. I added a bronzer, so I used my Anastasia Mahogany bronzer, so that's what I added, and then some highlight and a little bit of blush. Nothing too crazy. If you do like what's on my lips, I have on this, the Colourpop Shayla collection in the shade Come On Sis, and my Pat Mcgrath lip gloss in Pale Fire Nectar. So that's what I have on my lips right now. So let's get into some information about the product. So I picked up two different shades of the foundation. I got the shade Deep Dark 185, which is what I'm wearing right now, and Dark 180. Let me just swatch them for you. So the reason I picked up 180 is because it was supposed to be a dupe well, it was supposed to be similar to the Fenty 420, which is what I wear. So that's what 180 looks like. I don't know if you guys can tell in the monitor, but it has a slight pink undertone, and I am not cool. I am more warm, so that's why I went for the 185. I'm just gonna build those up a little bit more, just so you can see it a little bit better. That's a lot of foundation. All right, so again, up top 180, bottom 185. So I went with 185 because you can see it's a little bit more warm. 180 has a slight bit more pink in it, and I'm not pink, so I didn't want to go for that. Again, the foundation is supposed to be a matte finish. I do find that it's more of a natural finish, but I like that. The powder did help make it a little bit more mattifying, and the powder is really good. It's like really smooth, and I like the way that it looks on the complexion. Everything was blurred. It was really nice, and I've had the concealer before. It's actually one of my favorite concealers, so I really like that. No information about that because I think I've already explained that I like that concealer. It doesn't crease, it's very buildable. So I did wear this yesterday, and I like it so far, but I'm going to continue to do a wear test and also give an idea of how it lasts throughout the day, and I'll let you guys know how many hours I've had it on. Alright guys, it's the end of the day, and this is what the foundation is looking like. So I just zoomed in a little bit closer so you guys can see exactly what I am seeing. So as you can see, there's a lot of settling in my smile lines. Let me show you my forehead. I don't know if you can see that, but look at that. It's a lot of creasing. I don't know. So like I mentioned earlier in the video, normally I am more normal to dry skin type, and I've mentioned that I think I'm a little bit more combo now since it's the summertime. As you can see, my nose is really greasy, and the foundation is actually breaking apart on my nose. There's not a lot of product left on my nose actually. So the foundation claims to be a natural matte finish, full coverage. Like I mentioned earlier, I still think it's a medium to full coverage. More of a natural finish, definitely not matte. I feel like I'm a little shiny. And I did put on the translucent powder, which I don't think helped that much with oil control. And you know, I was really hyped for this foundation because it came in 42 shades. And as I'm looking at my complexion and I was looking at it throughout the day, I do think that I look a little dull. Maybe I could go for a darker shade, but I feel like there's a lot of white pigment in these. So you know, when they're making the formula, they just need to reduce the white pigment a little bit more in the deeper shades, I think. I don't think I like it that much. I think it looks really smooth upon application. It looks really nice. And I can definitely make it work with my contouring and everything with the color. But as for longevity, I've had on the foundation on, ooh, I didn't tell you that. So I put on my makeup about around 12 noon. It's now 10 o'clock. So I've had it on for about 9.5 hours, and it's not my favorite foundation. I'm actually really disappointed. It was $12, so not a bad price, but you gotta remember that Colourpop is an independent company. You have to pay for shipping if you're only buying the foundations, or if you want free shipping, you have to spend at least $30. So I don't think that's worth it for me not liking how long it wears, especially because I have longer days when it comes to me working, and I would need my foundation to last a little bit better. You can always go to the drugstore and have something that works a little bit better for you, who wears longer. For instance, the Wet n Wild Photo Focus, which is $5. That one wears a little bit longer. It has the same natural finish. You can also do the Maybelline Matte and Poreless, which will wear a longer time and also help with a lot more oil control. You can also definitely do the Revlon Color Stay, L'Oreal True Match. Those foundations, Maybelline Super Stay, you know, those are going to last a little bit longer on your skin, and they're cheaper than $12. And you don't have to pay for shipping. You can just go to the drugstore and pick them up. So, would I recommend this foundation? Probably not. Yeah. I don't think there's something that anyone needs, to be honest. It's not anything special. Like, it looks really nice on the complexion. Of course, I have, you know, studio lights, so it's going to blur a little bit more. But as you saw in the up close, you know, I feel like it settles too much. And I don't want my makeup to be settling. My skin is not that bad for foundation to be settling in anything. And this is the second day I have been wearing it. I didn't mention what primer I wore. So today I am wearing my Origins Original Skin Primer with the foundation. Normally this primer is a little bit more oil controlling, so it's not working with this foundation. And yesterday when I first wore it, I wore it with my Tatcha Silk Canvas, which I've been wearing with all my foundations recently. And they both did the same thing. So the primers are not helping the foundation with the settle in. And I just think if you're gonna have to go ahead and, you know, pay for that shipping or spend $30 basically to get a foundation, it's not worth it. So it's definitely going to be a pass. I'm sure they can improve a little bit more. I'm really glad that they did come out with 42 shades to start off. And it'll probably work a little bit better for someone who's not looking for longevity when it comes to their foundation. But like I mentioned before, me, whenever I put on my makeup, I'm looking for longevity when it comes to my foundation, and I need it to last throughout the day. It's not horrible, but, you know, it's breaking apart on my nose. The banana powder was really nice and smoothing and blurring. I think it might have left a light cast because I did put it around my mouth, so that's why I feel like I'm a little dull. I'm gonna still use it, but it's not something that I would say that you need in your makeup routine. As for the concealer, it's definitely something that I still like. I've mentioned it before, and I've told you guys that I do like the way that the concealer wears. So yeah. Everything will be listed down in the description box down below if you want to check it out. You know, you can check it out if you want to. So yeah, that's going to be it for today's video. If you have not, I would really like if you subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate that. And please like the video. It definitely helps me out. And that's going to be it for today.